just so that people are aware. I just want to do one more slide and then we can definitely do questions.
Okay.
So this is, before we talk about the application or do questions, I did want to just share that some of the things that will be available to everyone as a result of this program, whether or not you are able to participate with us. One of those is a handbook that we are currently working on, which is kind of gives advice on how to work with mentors and apprentices, what your roles and responsibilities are, as well as things like sample activities and just good tips for getting the most out of this program. We're also working on a curriculum. Now, this is not something that is ultra structured. It's going to be the equivalent of maybe a couple lessons worth per month, because it really is the apprentice that needs to drive the learning, because you need to, we want you to be passionate about the subjects and the topics that you're learning. So you should be creating lessons about things that you want to learn about. However, especially at the beginning of a program like this, you can lean on the curriculum to get started, especially if you don't have a lot of language experience. Or, you know, every once in a while, if you've kind of gone through things, you need a topic to fall back on, then you can use this curriculum to do that. And of course, Doyon Language is online, and every week there seems to be, it's growing and it's available to anyone. So that's not a resource that we hope people use. And I want to emphasize that the handbook and the curriculum and all of these things will be available to anyone, regardless of whether you're participating in our program. So if you are unable to do the program for whatever reason, schedules, or you don't currently have a mentor, you can use that for yourself. You can find a mentor in your own time or an apprentice in your own time to work with, and you're welcome to use those resources. Okay, we can take a pause here and I can answer questions about anything about the program related. I apologize if I'm speaking quickly, but you're welcome to unmute or put in the chat anything that you'd like to ask.
Hello, this is Rita.
Hi, Rita.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, so I have a couple questions. So this is in regards to the 4 weekend-long mentor apprenticeship training sessions.
Yeah.
So is there travel funds available for my mentor?
Yeah, so right now we're expecting that 3 out of the 4 will be virtual on Zoom. If we have funding to do more than that, we absolutely will. And if we do require an in-person training, travel and travel will be covered.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
As well as I'm sorry, I'm struggling with the word. The daily money for food and stuff will be, yeah.
Okay, so lodging as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If we expect you to be someplace, we'll help you with it, yeah.
Okay, then I have a question about audio recording.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a technical device to do that at this time? Or we probably won't
To drive around. Is she in the parking lot?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Rita, what was the second part of your question?
Okay, so with audio recordings, we're probably not going to do Zoom because her limitations with internet.
Yeah.
So I know that's a great way, but I've used a conference calling company, and they record everything on the conference call. I mean, are you going to want to have those recordings available to you?
Right. Yeah. So first of all, part of the participants will, or apprentices specifically, we're going to be providing you with audio video recorders to use throughout the program. If you would, you can definitely, smartphones these days can do so many things, and they might be something that you already know how to use. You can use that for yourself as well. The biggest point of providing that is that you as apprentices can have recordings for yourself to review. We will be asking, as part of the assessment, apprentices will be asked to make little videos, just so you can gauge your speaking ability from the beginning through the program. And there will be a certain number of audio recording that we're going to be asking for every month. But the bulk of that, and the audio recording that we're asking for is not, we're using that just to make sure that progress is being made. But the bulk of that is for you to use for your own learning. And if you want to share more, you can.
Wonderful. Thank you for providing the device.
Yeah. Are there other questions at this time that I can answer about the program?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Will our mentors
Do you need my card for anything? No?
Sorry.
Paul Evans needs to mute.
There we go. Thank you. Okay, sorry, Kimberly.
will our mentors be getting, I was going to ask if we can do our sessions virtually, like iPads or anything like that. They don't have one.
Yeah, you can. If you know, I understand that mentors and apprentices might not be in the same communities, so you can do things on Zoom, or something like that. I would just be very sure that your mentor is capable of using Zoom, or has someone available to them to really make sure that that's going to be a reliable source for you. And you can, I think Zoom is great because you can record things like directly on it. So that could be helpful to you as well. Yeah.
So like equipment and just different things you might need, we will be paying for, or do we?
Oh, I said, will we be providing like an iPad or something?
iPad, yeah.
Oh, I apologize. Okay. I don't think that we'll be
Paul
able.
Evans, you need to mute.
Oh. There we go. I can step in. No, I don't think we have the resources at this time to provide something like it.
Unmuting.
Oh, there we go. Would you mind muting Paul Evans?
Paul Evans, can you mute?
God.
Oh no, okay, well, I hope he comes back. So I apologize. No, right now we don't have resources for that. So we're hoping that the audio and video recording device that we have will be helpful in that way. You can take videos as you want. If you're concerned about your mentor not having like a laptop or something that they could participate on the program with, I don't know if that's something that the stipend could help purchase, but we can definitely talk more about it as well. I would appreciate getting some feedback if there's concerns about access to those kinds of technologies as well. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. If there's anything else right now, I can talk about the application.
I have a question. Maybe
Yeah.
two. So my name is Bridget. I'm actually Navajo, and my boyfriend's Doyon. That's why I'm learning the language. I'm planning to, teach our kids. But I wanted to know, like, the mentor. I know I don't have a mentor right now, but I know you guys had mentioned like a wait list, and then after you get your whole teams, you had mentioned a wait list, and then that you could set up, I think this is what I read on one of the emails, that you could set up a mentor with an individual if they don't have a mentor. I just wanted to get more information on that. And then I have another question about the handouts you were talking about.
Okay, I can answer the first one right now.
Okay,
We do have a list. People have contacted us who are interested in participating, like yourself, who don't know a fluent speaker right now. I would say that it's really important to have a good relationship with your mentor, because it's an intensive program. And frankly, at the beginning, it's going to be quite exhausting for both the mentor and the apprentice to kind of get in the rhythm of this. So we are taking names, and if you can send me an email with your information, I'll make sure that you're on that list. But if you have some contacts to reach out to start asking people and maybe build a relationship over the year for year 2 or the second cohort of the program, I would say that would be ideal, just for your learning journey. If we don't have applications, if we have more funding than we have applications, that's when we will consider reaching out to people on that list. Right now, there's a lot of interest in this program. So I would keep that in mind, though.
okay, sounds good. I work with language revitalization, so I just wanted to know about that. I knew there was something where I could do all that. And then the second question was, you said that we could use handouts. Would we talk to you about that?
Are you talking about the handbook and the?
Yeah, when they do come out.
Yeah, so there'll be an electronic version that we'll put on our website for sure. And when we print them, I'm hoping that we have availability to print some extras, that maybe if you have someone that we can work on getting hard copies out to people if that's what's needed.
Okay, sounds good. That was like my only 2 questions for now.
Okay,
Thank you for answering.
yeah, of course. All right, anything else at the moment? Or Alan, was there anything that you wanted to add right now?
No, those are very good questions. And I'm glad people joined today to be able to clear some of these questions up.
Okay.
This is Rita.
Oh, yes, Rita, go ahead.
So quarterly meetings, so that's going to be like every 3 months.
Yes.
Okay, and then when does the program start?
Early or mid-August of this year.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So for those, I know some people in this, I've seen that you guys have started or submitted applications, but this might be helpful to you. There's just kind of 4 main components to the application process, and I just want to talk about why we're asking for this information. So there's kind of general apprentice information, your location, your name, and then some short answers about your experience and your desire to participate in the program. There is also a similar section for your mentor, so we get to know the both of you. We asked for a letter of support. This is, if you applied for our language grants with us, it doesn't have to be from the tribe. It can be from pretty much anyone who can speak to your experience or your interest or your passion in language revitalization or learning your language. It just cannot be the mentor with whom you are applying with. We want to see that you are kind of committed to the program, since it is an intensive process. And also maybe that you intend or are thinking about how you as a potential speaker will play a part in your community's redevelopment and regrowth with your language. And then the last part is that there is an acknowledgement of commitments for both the apprentice and the mentor, so that both of you understand the time and the hours that will be put into the program in order for you to be successful. I can go through this a little quickly because these are just screenshots of the application. The application can be found on our website, and I'll link it in the chat when I'm done. It's all online. And what we suggest is that the apprentice go onto the application and read through the whole thing first, so that you get the information, the questions that you need to ask your mentor, and then you can go back in and fill in that information. So these are kind of the general information about the apprentice, the language you're interested in studying. You're welcome to upload a resume, or you can just write a short biography about yourself, tell us where you're from, and anything related that you would like to share. These are just what some of the short answers look like. What your comfort level in speaking and understanding your language is. A lot of people in this program will be coming from all different languages. All different languages, but also different levels of language. So we just want to know what you're starting at so that you know what your goals are for what level you would like to reach by the end of the program. Some questions about how you intend to hold sessions. Well, you're able to do it in person, which is definitely what we recommend. However, we know that's not possible for everyone. So, if you are having to meet virtually, make sure that the person you're working with is able to do that. Consider internet access, consider technological ability, or access to assistance for those things. So there's some more questions, and then similar information from the mentor. There's not as many short answers for the mentor. We are definitely, the application is mostly for getting to know the apprentice. So we have that information there, some questions about whether they've been involved in things before, and about other commitments if they're working and stuff. And then you'll see here at the bottom, the letter of support can be uploaded directly into the application, Word or PDF. If you have any problem with the application of uploading things, please let me know. We can also, do it by email if it's absolutely necessary.
Lucy, are you navigating through the presentation?
Yeah.
On my screen, it's static. It's still on the first slide.
Oh, no. It's stuck on everyone's. Let me try resharing. Apologies. Okay. Are you seeing the mentor information page now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the PowerPoint, and it's on the first slide.
Oh, so you're not moving forward with me. We're not at the acknowledgements together now. Huh.
No.
Why isn't that working? Even when you know how to use Zoom, it's still causing problems.
I didn't look at the map page too closely, but do we know what the stipends are going to be for the mentor and the apprentice? I'm trying to, in my mind, figure if we can.
Yes.
The things that we need, or will we be getting any admin support or anything like that from the office, the foundation office?
What was the second part of the question? Sorry.
Will we be getting any admin support from the foundation office if we need to print things or would like to have like other supplies like that? Or lessons or anything like that?
Alan, I'm just gonna mute you, sorry. For printing and what kind of things are, so you were thinking about printing things for your like activities to do with your mentor and stuff like that?
Yes.
Right now we don't have funds for that. But if there's things that you want to work on, let us know, and maybe it's something that we need to to print to include in the resources that we're sharing with everyone. If it's language specific and there's maybe you're the only team in your language or there's only a few of them, then we'll have to talk about it. I'd have to look at the money and see what's possible. So I'm sorry, that's not a real answer to your question, but I'll write it down and I'll definitely I can get back to you with an answer. And also I think someone, if it was you, Kimberly, that asked about the exact stipends. It is on our website in the FAQs. Just so everyone knows, the mentor stipend, we have $645 per month and $585 for the apprentices.
There's a question from Patricia.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I haven't been in the chat. Let me look. After applying, when can we expect to hear back on who's been chosen? We will be making the decisions in May. We hope to make the decisions in May. The application closes the last day of this month. And I hope that gives people enough time to make plans for, we will have the dates by then for our trainings and everything so that you know when you're expected to be somewhere and then you can accept that. Here, I'll look through the chat again. So Rita, I see a question about aiming to pick one team for every language. That would be wonderful. I don't know if that's going to be possible though, with some of our languages in our region, unfortunately, not having mentors available. It might not be possible. And the more important thing is that the teams show that they're able to complete the program, because we don't want to, be able to work with one team per language, but if there's a team that's not able to do it, then we're losing the opportunity to work with a team that's able to complete the program.
I was going to ask about, does it need to be fluent speakers or just for the mentor? Because there's very little fluent speakers left, and the ones that are left are elderly.
Yeah. They really do need to be quite, what is fluency is a bigger question, but they really do need to be highly proficient speakers because of just if you think about someone who's kind of a middle level speaker, over 11 months or 260 hours of learning that, doing that is going to be really hard for someone who doesn't have a deep level of the knowledge. So for this program, it does need to be a very highly proficient or fluent speaker. If you want to work with someone who's not that, we can definitely, you can use these resources on your own for that kind of work. And that's definitely something that, we've talked about in the foundation for getting support for in the future as well.
Okay, well, the speakers that I know and that I've come across all were Danaka first language speakers. And then through school and all of that, mainly switched to English.
Yeah.
So they have that deep learning and knowing of the language. And I'm wondering if I work with one of them, it might also be beneficial to the mentor to work together and bring that out again.
Yeah, absolutely. Teaching is reinforcing your learning. You're right. I would just, you use your judgment if you're selecting someone to work with, and make sure that, have some conversations that they have enough of a broad enough knowledge that it will help you with your learning and get you to where your goal is for the year.
Okay. I'm a pretty beginner, so I think everything would help with my learning.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Just scrolling back through the chat to see if I missed anything else. Oh, I'm good. There's some people that are talking about the Danaka Learning Hour. Great. Okay, any other questions that I can answer right now? The presentation was just ending with showing the screenshots of the application and then sharing our contact. So I'm sorry that it's not working, but we can just open it up to any other questions that people have now, or I can talk more about something if someone wants to dive into something.
So I had something, it was about our own curriculum. You said the apprentice has to make up their own curriculum to learn. Is there like a thing where, since I'm not a team yet, that I could try to throw some things out there for a curriculum? Because I've worked with the Salish Spokane Salish, the Salish School of Post Spokane, and then I worked with UAA at the language revitalization meetings, and it's just like I have some things to put out there for people who do want to learn. Like there's a specific steps and foundations for language learning, as far as like LASENT. I think it was LASENT speakers and fluent speakers. I was wondering if would I send those to you if like I had ideas, because I have a bunch.
That's wonderful. I'm glad. So for your own, you don't need to share the lesson with us that you're making. And also when I'm saying that the apprentices drive their learning, you don't have to write like a formal lesson plan. Like you can write down like, I want to cover these topics today. Basically, you just need to prepare what you need to prepare in order to get, have a successful session with your mentor. But if you have things that you think would be relevant to other groups and stuff like that, then please share them our way. It may be something that we can include in our curriculum, or something we can just share throughout the teams during our training or community meetings. So, you guys will lift each other up with all of your various experience and expertise, and that would be great.
Okay, should I do that now?
Yeah, send me an email.
Okay. All right. There's this foundation we had learned at the Salish School of Spokane. They came over to UAA one time, and they did a presentation on how they do languages, and they pretty much speak Salish and teach English in Salish. So it's really it's a really good program. The first foundation to it was recognition, and then the second one was comprehension. The third one was limited production, which is like a latent speaker, and then the fourth one was full production, which was fluent speaking.
Wow.
So those are just like foundations that I think I use for every language that I've tried to learn here. Yeah. So and I think it works, especially with like recognition and comprehension. First is like recognition is just like saying a bunch of words, and then the second one, foundation, is comprehension, is just learning and making examples out of the words, like stories and such. And then the third one is working with an actual mentor, and then the fourth one is like being with the fluent, kind of like the Mentor-Apprentice Master Apprenticeship Program. Wonderful. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And there's like some things that I do know about having to put things out there as far as terabytes. Well, I've been working with, I think his name is Corey from the Juneau University. He teaches Tinglet.
Yeah.
He goes over some like how to make posters, how to put stuff in a hard drive so that you have it, and to record recordings. He does everything as far as like having a good video setup to record yourself and not like be around where there's noise, and just like a bunch of tips like that I do have all of that. If you guys would like to just ask a question, or I have some ideas and some actual learning abilities to throw out there if you guys need.
Wonderful, thank you. Yeah, we have yes, let's talk on email. That would be wonderful to chat and collaborate.
Okay, sweet. I'll email you.
Okay. Kimberly, anything else that we should know? I think we covered the big topics. Just be aware of the deadline on the 29th. It's important that applications are in by then. Alan, anything that you think is important? I know some people are getting off or going to lunch or.
I think those are some good questions, and I just want to wish everyone well on their language learning, and we hope that we'll see your applications, and also in the next year or even in the next cohort, because there'll be one cohort this year, but then another one for next year. It's just really exciting that this program is coming to our region. It's one of the most successful models that has been funded through the Administration for Native Americans over the years. They've always pointed to the Mentor-Apprentice Program as the one that has had the most success. And it's very tailored to each apprentice, as you know, there's no formal curriculum. You must learn these things, et cetera, but it's what the apprentice's goals and, you know, areas of interest are. That'll be driving a lot of it, because we'll be providing some, you know, inspiration if you're having trouble thinking of ideas. That's what our curriculum is going to be. It's just kind of a resource for, here's some ideas that you might want to incorporate into your sessions with your mentor. And yeah, we'd love to have all 10 languages in our region represented. This model is an immersion model, meaning that you do need a very fluent speaker to immerse yourself in the language with, and that's where the most learning will take place. It's about listening and speaking the language, and more than, you know, reading and writing. Reading and writing are important, but where you're going to learn to actually speak is listening and then speaking yourself. And so that I'm excited to see how this all unfolds and where we'll be a year from now. That'll be very interesting. And I just thank you all for your interest, and just stay tuned and do get your applications in. Talk to your mentors, let them know what the commitment is. And if you do have any more questions, just don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're always here. We just wanted to provide this space today, but we're always available by email or phone calls or Facebook messages, whatever. So thank you. Masicho, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for clearing that up, Alan. I was wondering if we do get in this program with a mentor, to start off, will we be doing like a workshop or anything to get it, or at the beginning, or do we just go?
Oh, we will do our first meeting of those kind of quarterly ones will be at the very beginning of the program before you start, and it will be really focused on training and relationship building so that you guys get a good start and a good foundation before you begin.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, well, thank you all for coming and joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time to learn more. We are, as Alan said, we're here for any other questions. Give us a call or an email. And we look forward to seeing your applications. Have a great day, everyone, and a good rest of your week. Yes, happy Easter.
I'll see.